chronology or dynasties, they also cover the regional dynasties, right? So in that sense, these two NCRTs are very, very important. Then there are other NCRTs also, like Themes in Indian History Part 1 and 2, which is more or less based on different themes. Political, economic and regional dynasties are also covered. Here the cultural aspects are interconnected with the different political and economic content. When it comes to mains, this year also they have asked a direct question from NCRT which dwells from your Harappan architecture. You had Chandel art form, where one can give an example of Khajuraho sculptures, which is again covered in your NCRT. And structured understanding of the topic is what is used, I have used in the classes. So, that will be a very wholesome approach for the students to get benefit out of the classes strictly from examination point of view.
And ma'am, like as you mentioned, like we will cover content specifically for NCRTs. But are we going beyond content for prelims or mains? As you said, like there are sometimes direct questions from NCRT itself. So how are we tackling that? Hello and welcome to this special edition of Vision IAS related to NCRT classes for UPSC preparation. And to talk about it, we have today an esteemed faculty of Vision IAS, Shivi ma'am. Welcome ma'am.
Hello Kapil.
Ma'am, before we start our discussion about NCRT classes and what we are providing, I would like to know why NCRT is so important for UPSC preparation. Because whenever you talk to anybody, the first advice they give is do the NCRTs. So why NCRTs are so important that they have even remained the bedrock of UPSC preparation, we can say?
Yes, very rightly put it. So NCRTs are the bedrock for UPSC preparation. They are so simple in understanding. They have so lucid language along with illustrations that it makes it very easy for the student to kickstart the UPSC preparation. Secondly, I feel that because NCRTs are the books which students have also read since their school times, so they relate with those books more, right? So it's like without NCRTs, UPSC preparation will be very hollow. So NCRTs are the backbone to UPSC preparation.
And ma'am, when we talk about your subject like art and culture, so like it's very scattered in nature. So how does NCRT in their books structure this unstructured content or scattered content?
Right. So why do we say that art and culture is scattered and vast? Because, in the NCRTs, art and culture, let's say we talk about ancient and medieval, certain cultural aspects, religious histories interwoven with, political and economic history. So in that sense, NCRTs provide the reason why cultural developments, happened due to some political patronage or economic importance. So one positive about NCRT is that they tell us why things happened the way it happened, right? So when students are starting with this subject, they do not understand many things. But when they get back to NCRTs, they understand the cultural developments even in a much more better way, right? Secondly, there are dedicated NCRTs to cultural aspects as well. So that provides, the students the structure and the organic approach this subject is having. Specifically when it comes to exams, when it comes to mains examination, you need to have that sense of chronology and organic evolution of different cultural developments that happened, right? So in that sense, basically, if I put it like this, NCRTs are the roadmap or the guiding map to understand different cultural aspects.
And ma'am, which NCRTs then we should look forward to when we talk about art and culture?
So for art and culture, specifically when it comes to UPSC preparation, the two most important NCRTs are Introduction to Indian Art Part 1, which is class 11th, and Introduction to Indian Art Part 2. Now coming to book-wise, bifurcation to different cultural aspects, the Introduction to Indian Art Part 1 deals with, your art and architecture, your bronze sculpture, and those are the aspects which UPSC they do ask in prelims and mains, right? So there are direct questions also from that book. Similarly, there is this dedicated NCRT, Introduction to Indian Art Part 2, which only dwells into painting traditions of India. And not only, painting traditions of broader chronology or dynasties, they also cover the regional dynasties, right? So in that sense, these two NCRTs are very, very important. Then there are other NCRTs also, like Themes in Indian History Part 1 and 2, which is more or less based on different themes. Political, economic and regional dynasties are also covered. Here the cultural aspects are interconnected with the different political and economic contributions the rulers have done, right? So in those books one has to take out the cultural aspects, right? Then there are 6 to 8 NCRTs also, which one can do basically for terminologies, because lot of times we have seen that UPSC has asked term related questions from 6 to 8 NCRTs, but the most important ones for mains and prelims being the Introduction to Indian Art Part 1 and 2. Now this new NCRT of culture is released. It is of class 11th. Its name is Knowledge, Traditions and Practices in India. It has 9 chapters. Those 9 chapters are so well written and they are so synced with UPSC syllabus. So for example, you have literature and language in India, which is not independently covered in any of the NCRT. Then you have art and architecture, you have performing art traditions, you have philosophical systems, you have your performing art, you have your astronomy, mathematics, yoga, which is not covered independently in the previous NCRT. So I feel that UPSC might use this book for the future examination as well.
Ma'am, as you mentioned, like there are sometimes direct questions from NCRTs also. And specifically in art and culture, we have seen a lot of that, especially in prelims or let's say even mains also. So can you throw some light on this? Like what kind of questions the UPSC is actually asking from NCRT or can be reflected back to NCRTs?
Yes. So UPSC time and again has used NCRTs for question framing purposes in different subjects, and art and culture is also one of those subjects where UPSC has used NCRTs. So just to give you an example, there was a question on Panchayatan style of temple architecture. It was a term related question and it was very well covered in your NCRT. You had from Buddhism and Jainism, Padmapani and Bodhisattvas and, questions from NCRT. So from Buddhism, Jainism as well, NCRTs are used, right? When it comes to mains, this year also they have asked a direct question from NCRT which dwells from your Harappan architecture. You had Chandel art form where one can give an example of Khajuraho sculptures, which is again covered in your NCRT, right? So yes, time and again UPSC has used NCRT. So I would like to tell the students to not take NCRTs very lightly, right?
And ma'am, we have also not taken it very lightly. We have brought this NCRT course specifically for UPSC preparation. So ma'am, like you have covered art and culture in that. So what benefit student will get from your classes and how you have structured it for better understanding?
Yes, Kapil. So when it comes to art and culture section, I have designed those classes strictly keeping in mind the students' concerns with respect to the subject as well as its utility in their prelims and mains examination. So yes, the kind of fears or challenges which students face with respect to organizing the content in an evolutionary form, that has been taken well care of in these classes. Also, because this subject is so factual and the students do not have too much of interest in it, so visuals and illustrations is what I have used to get or give the hook to the student in terms of mugging up facts. So it's very important that we need to reproduce the information in the examination setting, right? And without memorizing, it cannot happen. So that kind of connect when one sees the image or a picture. Let's say if someone is trying to understand Mughal paintings, till the time one is not seeing the Mughal paintings or the rulers, how they had patronized those paintings, he or she will not be able to write it or reproduce in the examination format. So visuals and memory aids go hand in hand, and that is what is being used here in the classes as well. Thirdly, as I told you that there is this requirement in different stages of examination of UPSC. So when it comes to prelims, you need to have more facts. But when it comes to mains, you need to organize that content. So that organized content and structured understanding of the topic is what is used, I have used in the classes. So, that will be a very wholesome approach for the students to get benefit out of the classes strictly from examination point of view.
And ma'am, like as you mentioned, like we will cover content specifically for NCRTs. But are we going beyond content for prelims or mains? As you said, like there are sometimes direct questions from NCRT itself. So how are we tackling that?
So, Kapil, the best part of these NCRT classes which Vision Eyes is offering to the students is that it will be wholly from the NCRT content, keeping in mind also the kind of questions UPSC asks from these NCRTs. So, the kind of themes or the perspectives that can come or generate from NCRTs will be given as part of assignments. So when we talk about prelims type of questions, so in prelims type of questions, we would have quizzes, right? Again, from the content given in the NCRT, that will help the students to tailor their preparation according to the prelims needs. So let's say if there are term related questions, they will be part of those quizzes. If there are statement based questions, they will be part of the quizzes. And the same thing has been done for the mains as well, that there will be a class based assignment given, which can help the students to understand the different dimensions of that topic which has been covered in the classes. And that would be really helpful for the students in the long run.
And then if we look at beyond class, so is there a platform or any service that we are providing to the student that help them prepare for NCRT beyond what is covered in class?
So yes, Kapil, along with these NCRT classes, Vision Eyes is offering the Sandhan NCRT based questions where the questions will be from different NCRT books. So let's say if in art and culture, the students still feel the urge to know many things and practice the questions in different format apart from what the class assignments are there, quizzes are there, he or she can practice these specifically made questions from NCRTs, right? So in that way he can have a more conceptual, more different dimensions in the questions which he or she wants to cover through the Sandhan database, he or she can cover.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for guiding our experience. So aspirants, I hope now you have a good idea about NCRT classes for UPSC preparation by Vision IAS. And if you want to know more about it, please do visit our website. Thank you.